Yes, sir.
We're good.
I don't know as of yet.
Let me see.
Yep, we're on.
All right. I was checking right now too.
Technical difficulties to start on Monday.
Yeah, well, we got through it.
They're asking the question on ESPN, did the Ravens lose the game or did the Bills win it? That's a great question. We got to debate that a little bit.
I think it was a little bit of Ravens choking. And you know what? The Ravens have a history of choking in the fourth quarter.
You can't tell me the Bills are a better team, though.
And the regular season?
Well, I know we talk about the historical aspect of things, but the rosters change, man. Zay Flowers is turning out to be a legit
You
wide
can
receiver.
get as many people as you want to. Quarterback's still the same.
I don't know, man. That team looked different. They play that
game.
They play that game 10 times. They beat the Bills 10 times. 9 out of 10 times.
The thing with the Ravens is they have a history of choking, dude.
But they don't have a history of having this roster. The roster's now complete.
I'm going with the Bills, man. And the Saints, well, they made it competitive, but they know what they're doing. They know.
They knew the assignment.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They ain't stupid, Mike.
How about that Micah Parsons? Yes, sir. It's Area 210. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We talk sports, pop culture, nostalgia here. We're powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. The chat is alive and open. We see Mario, Sam, Jordan already out there, Black Bucket, Tex-Mex, Frank, Mexican Jr., Antonio Nalasario, Pete Aguilar, Matt Gomez, among others in there. It was a fantastic weekend in San Antonio. I know UTSA fell to Texas State at the Alamo Dome, but around 45,000 fans showed up. No, I'm not wearing maroon because of Texas State. That's more of a coincidence than anything else. But
no,
a big weekend in sports. Chica and I were at the tailgate. We had a fantastic time out there. So many people came up to us to say that they appreciate the show, that they watch the show, they follow us on Twitter. Joe, my favorite part about it this weekend was people coming up and giving us our bits, telling us our bits to our face, saying things like, God, saying things like, what's his name? Or saying things like, I wake up every morning with two things. Dude, I had two people come up to me and say that, dude. And I thought that was so funny because I said that phrase last week. You said I was wildin'. I said I wake up every morning with two things, a hard-on and a desire to make money. And two people came up to me and said those exact words to me. It was the funniest thing.
Oh.
We had week one in the NFL.
Was Chica there when they were saying that stuff to
yes,
you?
Yes. She thought.
What did she say? Oh, gosh.
She thought it was funny. Funny. But so much went on in week one of the NFL. Last night, we were treated to an epic game on Sunday Night Football. The Ravens just completely wetting the bed in the fourth quarter to the Buffalo Bills. Bills come out and steal a win 41-40 in what is considered to be one of the greatest Sunday night games of all time. We're going to get into that. Micah Parsons played only 45% of the plays for Green Bay. Cowboy fans are all like laughing about that. They're like, he only played 45% of the games. You see, he's hurt. Dude, he looked good when he was out there. So we'll get into that. Maybe the Lions suck. I don't know. The Packers beat the living crap out of them. Maybe they suck. UTSA, maybe they suck. Falling to 0-2. What did I say, Joe, before the season started? When we had Starling on? I'm afraid of that. Now, the idea that UTSA is going to have a joint pep rally with UIW this week because they play UIW at the Alamo Dome this weekend. Joint pep rallies, come on, man. Come on. We'll get into that.
Is this going to be an easy win for UTSA, or is it an upset?
Well, it should be an easy win for UTSA, but 0-3 would be a disastrous start to the season. Speaking of which, UTSA getting the loss, UT getting the win over the weekend. Arch Manning a little bit banged up in that game. UT coming into this weekend's game against UTEP as a 6-touchdown favorite. Who cares about any of these games, dude? All Arch Manning does is ball out against bad teams. That's all he's ever done, Joe. That's all he's done as a Longhorn. But this is going to be a different type of show in the sense that it's going to be a split show for me. I'm going to be on for the next 15 minutes with Joe from 10 to 10:30. I will be out from 10:30 to 10:45, but jump right back on to finish the show the next hour after that. Okay, so I'll be gone from 10:30 to 10:45. Apologies, but something popped up that I needed to pay attention to. Midtown saying
Midtown,
I look
Texas.
effing cute in maroon. People coming up to me all at the tailgate, man. It was fun, Joe. It was fun having a great time out there. No fireball, but Chica and I had several cocktails out there. Thank you to everyone
No
who met her.
fireball.
I introduced her. I didn't say her name. I said, "This is Chica."
There you go.
But what
Something
do you want?
miss.
Let's talk about that Buffalo Bills game last night. They beat the Ravens 41-40. As I said, Joe, they played 10 times. Bills would have lost that 9 times. But yesterday was a miraculous comeback by the Buffalo Bills. It is miraculous. All the things that needed to happen happened. A missed extra point. How often does that happen? Right?
Yeah.
A defensive stand on 4th down where the ball's tipped in the end zone and it falls into the hands of Keon Coleman, the wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. How often does that happen? What about Derrick Henry fumbling the ball with 2 minutes to go in the game? Somebody who very rarely fumbles, one of the strongest men in NFL history, ball gets poked out. How often does that happen? You had lots of issues going on with Buffalo. Baltimore, for 3.5 quarters, was not only the better team, they were by far the better team compared to the Buffalo Bills. But everything that could go wrong for the Baltimore Ravens happened in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes of that game, and Buffalo steals that victory 41-40. Joe, I know Buffalo's coming out of that game. Hey, we're victorious. This might help out down in December when it comes to seedings and whatever the case may be. But my God, that Baltimore team is good, man. That Baltimore team is better than Buffalo. Buffalo got lucky.
Yeah. Oh, look, we got a new listener here that I haven't seen before. Texas Latina 26 is
nice.
Good morning, Mike and Joe. Well, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
It was ladies' night. It was ladies' morning on Friday, man. We had lots of people chiming in saying that they are female watching this. Again, the thing about sports, though, Joe, I think we come up to the conclusion that it's a bunch of dudes who watch sports. There are a lot of women who really enjoy NFL action, NBA, love the Spurs, love the Cowboys, Texans, or whomever. And it's fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch. Last night's game, Joe, who was the better team? Honestly, who was the better team?
Honestly, who was the better team? Bills were the better team because they executed.
They didn't execute, dude. Everything
they executed.
They got
executed.
They
no,
got
they didn't.
lucky.
No, they didn't. If the other team makes a mistake, it's up to you to execute in order to go ahead and get your team back in the game. The Ravens made some mistakes. Bills executed. It all comes down to execution and showing up in big time moments.
No,
the Bills won.
There were mistakes made. You miss an extra point. That is a mistake. You fumble the ball. That is a mistake.
It's a mistake.
But you can't deny the fact that every lucky play that happened yesterday went Buffalo's way. And it's not a 50-50 ball where anybody could get it. Everything that luck came into play went Buffalo's way. Baltimore is decidedly the better team. Decidedly the better team. They got the L, but still, I watched that game and I thought to myself, man, these are two different
decidedly the better team. This is what your decidedly the better team has done when they've been up big time. Look at what history tells you.
But
at one point in time,
it's a different season. I don't buy into history. I don't buy into history.
Matter.
You know why I don't buy into history? Here's what I heard all last week. Dak Prescott's 9-3 against the 9-4 career against the Eagles, and they lost. Past history is not a predictor of future things. Okay, if I go to the roulette wheel and it's black 10 times in a row, doesn't mean it's going to be black or red the next time. It just means that that's just what happened. The rosters change all the time. And
The
you
roster's
see,
changed, but you still have the same QB leading the charge, and you got the same result.
do you see players like Zay Flowers blossoming as a wide receiver for the team? This is a very, very good team because what the Ravens have been, the Ravens have always been the team that have Lamar Jackson doing everything and have nobody to throw the ball to. He has never had an elite wide receiver, and now he does. Now he has people to throw the ball to beyond just the tight end. And if there's anything that I saw from this week, and I know it's as our good friend Mike Taylor from the Mike Taylor Show in the building would say, knee jerk reaction on Monday. The one thing that we look at though is that we're seeing certain cracks already in certain teams. We saw the crack with Detroit, man. Detroit didn't look any good at all against the Green Bay Packers. But we're looking at this team, and it's not to say that Buffalo sucks. Buffalo's a very good team. Buffalo is a top 5 team in the NFL. But I looked at the rosters yesterday about these two teams. That Baltimore Ravens roster didn't realize was that good.
Look at this. Look at what the statistic says right here, Mike. The Ravens were up 40-25 with 4 minutes
4
left.
minutes ago.
They had a 99.1% chance of winning. Almost 100, right? Almost. And yet the Bills came back. I mean, this game was all but done.
Right.
All you have to do at this point in time is what? Eat the clock. Just chill. Victory formation, man.
And that's what they were doing. What safer play than to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry? What safer play than that? Josh Allen, 395 yards pass yesterday, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. James Cook only had 44 yards on the ground for the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens, though, rushed for 238 yards. Derrick Henry, 169 yards rushing. Lamar Jackson had 70 yards on 6 carries. Zay Flowers, 7 receptions, 143 yards, and a touchdown. You have DeAndre Hopkins making an acrobatic catch. I'm sorry, dude. I watched this game and I thought to myself, Baltimore outclasses Buffalo 9 out of 10 times on that game, on that field.
We're watching 2 different games, man. I watched this game and I said, wow, what a great comeback by the Buffalo Bills.
No, I didn't see it as a great comeback.
What a great comeback.
I saw it as a wetting of the bed. I saw it as luck coming into play. And you know what? What they say about luck? It's when preparation and the timing is met for it all. They got lucky. That was pure luck. Meantime, we're seeing teams like Kansas City. Joe, Kansas City might go 0-2. They're playing the Eagles next week. It's very possible the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes might go 0-2. Nefozuda coming out and saying the Ravens are legit. They just choked. I agree,
They're choke
man.
again in the playoffs, man. When the lights are bright, they fold.
They might. But we're looking at here, Joe, maybe there's a little bit of an evolution going on. Maybe, just maybe, it is the Chargers' year. Maybe, just maybe, it's Buffalo's year. What we're seeing is we're certain teams that were up at the top come back down.
The Chargers Chiefs, ain't doing nothing, bro.
Well, they beat the crap out of the Chiefs on a neutral site.
It's 1 game, bro. Come on.
No, but you look at the Chiefs. They were sucking at the end of last year. Is it possible the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes are done? Is it possible that their window is closed?
But the Chargers are that much better that they're going to go to the play. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. No, Mike.
I never said Super Bowl. I'm saying you need to be in the tournament to make the Super Bowl. I'm saying that the Chiefs. We might be talking about the Chiefs this time next week as being 0-2, and then what? Drew Show with the $5 super chat coming on in.
Yeah.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He goes, is it me or was this one of the worst opening weeks of games in NFL history? Boring aside from 2 games, a lot of doo-doo games. Sing the diapers. Okay, here's the thing. I enjoyed the Sunday night game. So I don't know about the Sunday games. I did watch the Texans take on the Rams. Rams won that game. The Texans, again, the Texans were close. Luck happens. And the Rams
you almost had it.
Almost had it. That was a boring game. There were a lot of boring games out there. You saw the Cardinals beat the Saints, for example, boring game. Jacksonville, Carolina, boring game. So there were a lot of boring games out there. But the exciting games, Joe, were the primetime games. The Thursday night game between the Cowboys and Eagles, exciting game. The Friday night game between the Chargers and Chiefs was a very good game. The Sunday night game was really good. It's just what was in the middle I'll give you that, Drew. The noon to 3 games could have been
Yeah.
a lot better. But you had some games out there. I mean, you saw that Green Bay game going up against the Detroit Lions. Green Bay getting the victory over the Lions. The Lions missing their offensive coordinator, man. Offensive coordinator is gone, and guess what? That offense looks different. Meantime, Micah Parsons records his first sack as a Packer. Played less than 50% of the plays. Why? Cowboy fan laughing at this on Twitter right now going, oh, you see it's because he's hurt. No, because he's new to the team, man. He just joined the team the other day.
He had a bad back. He got an epidural. Of course, they're gonna monitor his minutes, man.
He had a sack of a forced fumble and a pressure.
You're gonna downplay his injury?
He's fine.
He's
Joe.
not fine. If you're
He's
getting a fucking epidural to get on the field, there's a problem.
He is fine.
No,
Joe.
man. Mike, that's the worst take you've had on this show. He is not fine. Getting an epidural just to get in the game? No, bro, that ain't fine. That brother's hurting, man.
Drew Show on our another super chat. Again, our chat's powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. Money talks, baby.
Here comes the money.
Says it's expanding the season. The first 3 weeks of the NFL is getting worse. The preseason, we got duped. Wake me up in October. There's some people who believe that. Here's the thing about football. They say this all the time. You do not win a division or make the playoffs in the first 4 weeks of the first month of the season, but you can miss out on your opportunity to make the playoffs. You can miss out on your opportunity to make the postseason in the first month. Ask the Cincinnati Bengals last year. Bengals were the hottest team in the NFL last 8 weeks of the season last year, but because they started 0-5 or something to that effect, they couldn't make it. Even though they were the hottest team in football going into the last week of the season, they didn't make it. You can miss the playoffs because of the first month. You're not going to make the playoffs because of the first month. Buffalo Bills will be fine. Ravens will be fine, but I do have worries about the Chiefs. And seeing the inability to find the end zone yesterday for the Houston Texans was a little bit alarming, Joe. It was a little bit alarming because, I mean, Nick Chubb is an old man running the ball. He's like 29 years old, but he might as well be 49.
It's the mileage.
CJ Stroud looked fine. I will say this about Stroud. He was getting pressured, but he appeared as though he was smart enough to know when the pressure was coming and was throwing the ball away. He was doing smart plays. He was getting the ball out quicker. There's no run game for that team, Joe. I mean, Chubb is not it. Pierce, it's just not it. They have to wait for Joe Mixon to come back.
Did you see? You're not talking about Pete Carroll? He made history.
What's that?
As the oldest head coach in NFL history.
He's a young 72. Is he 72? Something like that? He's right around there.
Bro,
runs around like he's in his 50s, man. You put Pete Carroll next to Bill Belichick, and there's like 1 year difference between the two. Pete Carroll looks like a young man. Bill Belichick looks like
you're not going to talk trash about him, bro? You're always talking trash. You were talking trash about Coach Pop being old.
Pop look old. Pop talked
Pete Carroll
old.
doesn't?
Pop, no, he doesn't. Pop grabbed a microphone in the middle of an NBA game and told the fans not to boo Kawhi Leonard.
And that's
by the way,
at that minute you were done.
By the way, it wasn't $28 million that he got funneled to him, allegedly. The new reports over the weekend was it was $48 million, Joe.
He got paid, was it 4 times more than all the other actors that they had on their payroll as far as celebrity voices and whatnot, that we're going to endorse this product that was an absolute fraud,
Yeah, so we'll get into that. Joe, your Cowboys open up as 4.5-point favorites this week against the New York Giants. So we have to get into that a little bit. But, Joe, I'm going to bounce for 10 minutes, Joe. 10, 15 tops. And I'll get back on. Okay, Joe?
All right, man. I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
All right. So Mike will be joining us here shortly again. He's got to go do some work. So let's go ahead and get into this. Read some of the chats here. And Tony Ornelas is saying Parson had 29 snaps. Yeah, it's 29 snaps. If he's hurt, then why did the trade go through? Trade went through because he cleared his physical. But it doesn't mean that he's not hurting. I mean, they even showed that when Green Bay got the trade went through and whatnot, and they got him into the room and they had the doctors look at him. He's got some type of a sprain in his spine. that requires him to go ahead and get an epidural just to go ahead, get on the field and compete. So there is something there that's going to be lingering, that's going to be hurting him. I don't know if it's going to be throughout the whole season, but obviously he's dealing with some type of a back strain right now that's, requiring him to get some type of medical attention. So he's got to deal with that. I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but he's definitely got something going on with him. So
And I'm back. I'm back for a while, Joe. Yeah, my meeting got postponed a few minutes, so we'll keep going, dude, until it pops up. Otherwise, man.
Yeah, they're just talking about Micah, and they're saying he's a good player. Aaron Rodgers is still alive.
Let's see if Rodgers can do that for 17 games, man. Micah Parsons, though. I mean, is he the difference to make Green Bay a legit Super Bowl contender?
I don't know if he's going to be the difference maker, but he definitely makes the team better, just with his presence alone out there on the field, being able to put pressure on the quarterback. The team just has to execute. And the thing is that Green Bay was already a good team before Parsa joins. Now, is he going to be the difference that's going to take him to a Super Bowl berth? I don't believe so. I think he's going to be able to get him maybe further than they were able to get in years past when it comes to a playoff berth. But I don't know if they're that good of a team to get to a Super Bowl.
Well, I look at it this way. We talked about Kawhi Leonard briefly. Maybe they load manage him. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they just say, hey, look, we're going to play you 50 to 60% of the downs and keep you rested for November and December. Don't go after Defensive Player of the Year. Be our guy. Be our leader. Be there when we need you in the third and fourth quarter. Maybe they treat Micah Parsons that way. We haven't seen that really much in the NFL, but I wouldn't mind it, Joe, because the Packers going out beating the Lions yesterday 27-13 looks like a completely different team compared to the Lions. Jared Goff couldn't get anything going, dude. Jared Goff, he might have been 31 for 39, but he only averaged 5.8 yards per toss, Joe.
He was running for his life, man.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery combined for 44 yards yesterday on 20 carries. They couldn't rush the ball on the Packers defense. Jordan Love, meantime, threw for 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs rushed for 66 yards. Wasn't a bad game at all for the Packers. That's got to be one of the teams to look at as the season goes on. The Rams got the win over the Texans. The Texans looking pretty pedestrian out there. I liked a lot of what I saw from C.J. Stroud, but you got to get the ball in the end zone. And they were so close. They were, 16 yards away from winning yesterday? Fumble or, turnover.
They're that meme with the guy, that old commercial, the old man with the dollar bill on the fishing line.
Almost had
it.
Hey, look at the Colts, man. The Colts beat the living crap out of the Dolphins yesterday, 33-8.
Are the Colts going to be one of these dark horse teams that we got to worry about, dude?
Well, I mean, look at it. Daniel freaking Jones resurrecting his career, leaving New York, the media spotlight, the media capital of the world, of the United States, goes into Indianapolis where no one's paying attention to him, goes out there, throws for 272, no interceptions, Joe. Dale Jones, Mr. Interception, had no interceptions yesterday. Jonathan Taylor rushed for 71 yards. Giddens rushed for 41 yards. Dale Jones added 26. They rushed for 156 as a team. Go on to beat the crap out of the Dolphins 33-8. Keep an eye on them because they also had not only have those players, but they have Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end. Remember, last year was about Brock Bowers, the tight end for the Raiders, who took the world by storm, and I kind of predicted that on a fantasy level. My prediction this year was going to be Tyler Warren, who they got out of Penn State in the first round. Same dimensions as Brock Bowers, 6'6", 265, pass catcher. Tyler Warren yesterday, 7 receptions for 76 yards. Got a lot of people some fantasy points yesterday. That was a fun game to watch over there.
It was not a fun game to watch?
What's that?
Jaguars-Panthers, brother. I thought Panthers were definitely going to get this one.
Dude, that was an awful game, and God prolonged it because there was a lightning delay. Chica was laughing because she was like, what do you mean there's lightning delays? Just keep playing it. It's kind of lame. Why? It's kind of lame.
Bro, lightning can strike even though it's miles away.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they go ahead and vacate the premises on the field because if you're out there, man, the human body is a lightning rod, dude. If you're out there on the field and there's lightning in the area, who's to say it's not going to be able to strike you? It can.
Eh,
They do the same thing with the kids in high school football or high school
they're
sports.
high schoolers, man. These guys are making $1 million, man. Go out there and play,
You
baby.
want
Go out there
the
and play.
quarterback to go in the pocket and go back, get ready to throw, and then boom, gets lit
Yes,
up.
exactly, exactly. Exactly. Saints lost to the Cardinals 20-13. It was never in doubt, dude. The Saints looked like garbage yesterday. Raiders beat the Patriots 20-13. You were talking about the Steelers beating the Jets. All the Steelers do is win 10 games, dude. That's all they do. They win 10 games, they make playoffs, and then they fold. But they beat the Jets 34-32. But the Jets are kind of feisty. You talk about Aaron Rodgers throwing for 4 touchdowns and 244 yards. Who in your fantasy team was starting Aaron Rodgers? No one did, right? In your fantasy league. But the Jets, though, Brees Hall yesterday, 107 yards rushing on 19 carries. Brees Hall was somebody who his rookie year was a very, very, very good player, looking like a stud. Got hurt his second year. Now he's back and healthy, rushing for 107 yards, also had 38 yards receiving. Garrett Wilson, 95 yards receiving and a touchdown. I'm
What
so
about
excited to
Joey
see Burrow
Burrow,
back.
man? You're not talking about Joe Burrow, bro.
That's the one I messed up on, man. Bengals did get the win 17-16. But Burrow not looking good yesterday. Only 14 passes completed, 113 yards. Wasn't looking good yesterday. It was a slugfest. Hey, speaking of
Yeah.
spreads, you know that spread in that Ravens game was Buffalo favored by 1? Was by 1.5? Oh, no. It was the other way. No, Buffalo was favored by 1.5, right? So what did they know, man? It's like Vegas knew. If you bet on Buffalo yesterday, you lost.
They have the script, Mike. Did Vegas have the script? Maybe that should be like, one of those things that we talk about conspiracy theories, conspiracy theory segment, you know?
No, man, there was no conspiracy yesterday. Hey, Joe, I will say this, Joe. The new kicking changes. There's not a lot of touchbacks anymore. They're actually bringing the ball back out. I'm really not up to speed as to what the changes were, but you did see more balls being brought out. I think 74% of kickoffs resulted in a ball being brought out, whereas last year it was like 80% of them were touchbacks.
Yep.
That was pretty fun. I saw good officiating all week long.
Yeah, there was no like controversial calls, in week
Yeah.
1. Anyway, I mean, it was week 1, that's probably why. But another game I was going to talk about here that was very good because I did watch it was the Buccaneers and Falcons. I knew the Falcons were going to choke it away, dude. And they did, man.
Yeah, they have a history of that, man.
Baker Mayfield marched down the field there and led his team to victory. They went home with the W, and the Falcons once again they let their fans down, bro.
And it's funny because one of the biggest fans that they have out there is my friend Steve Reese, and Steve was first quarter of the game texting me, "How about that Bijan Robinson?" I know he's a UT guy and all that stuff, but you saw them. That's what they do. That's what the Falcons do. They disappoint. That one time they made the Super Bowl, what did they do? They got up by like 3 touchdowns and they lost. That is what
Yeah.
they do. They disappoint. They lost to the Buccaneers yesterday, 23-20. Bijan Robinson stats, though. Let's take a look. Why were people excited? Bijan only had 24 yards rushing. Had 100 yards receiving. That's what they got excited. He had a 50 yards reception. So they got them excited. But rushing the ball, they couldn't get the ball going.
Look at Sam Salinas. He's saying, "Hold on, Joe. I'm glad the Bucks won, but the story of that game is Penix." He says, "Dude is a dog. Hell of a game from him."
Tony Knowles reaches out to us and says, "Conspiracy theory. I think besides the Braves, the Atlanta pro sports are cursed. All of them. No one will ever explain to me how the 1990s Braves only won 1 World Series when they had Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Steve Avery, 3 of the best pitchers of all time on that roster right there. and I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one of their starters.
David Justice.
They had David Justice in his prime. David Justice, who was at the time was married to Halle Berry.
Oh, dude, that brother was something else, man. He was hitting her. Remember, he hit her so hard he made her lose hearing in one ear, dude. He popped her eardrum.
Yeah, then goes off years later saying that he couldn't be with her because she didn't want to be home and cook for him. That's Halle freaking Berry.
That guy's
Like,
a dumbass.
have you seen Boomerang? I mean, come on, man. You messed that up.
He fumbled the bag, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Hey, you know what we haven't talked about, Mike? And this is some big news that broke. And this was on Friday. Dylan freaking Harper, man, has surgery to repair a ligament or something like that in his thumb. He injured himself in practice. I think it was on a Wednesday. They said that they hope that he's going to be ready to go by the regular season, maybe by, training camp time. Maybe he'll be able to get in some reps and whatnot. But hopefully he's going to be able to at least compete on that home opener, and be able to be with the team as they start their NBA season. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, Shams Charania of ESPN reported that Dylan Harper underwent surgery Friday to repair a partially torn ligament in the left thumb, suffered on a workout Wednesday. I don't care. Like, he's fine. He's going to be fine. Like, it's a minor injury. He's going to be fine. He'll be with the team. He's going to get his minutes. I'm not too worried about it at all. Everyone's been talking to me about the whole video that was erased of Stephon Castle dunking on Harper. Have you heard about this story?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, Harper got dunked on by Castle. They erased it and all that stuff. Like that one time LeBron got dunked on by a high schooler, if you remember that.
I remember that.
I saw the dunk, the Dylan Harper getting dunked on. There's not one player who could have not been dunked on that play. He was out of position. He was underneath the basket. He was going to get dunked on. And it wasn't even being dunked on. It was a follow-up dunk by Castle. So don't get me wrong. It was a great play by Castle on that practice play, right? But the ball went directly to him and he just dunked it. Harper was underneath the basket. He couldn't do anything about it. What is he going to put his hand through the rim? Come on, man. Why the controversy when there's no controversy to be had when it comes to it, man? Oh, Tony Ronaldo is coming out saying, I heard Stephon Castle's dunk on him was what injured his finger. Dude, it was a big nothing burger of a play. I don't understand what's going on. Like, how would anybody defend that play? You could have had Wemby underneath the basket. He wasn't going to defend that play. You could have had Hakeem Olajuwon of 1991 underneath that basket. He wasn't going to defend that play. Come on, man. When I heard about that, I thought it was going to be Dylan Harper got schooled, went one-on-one. Nah, man, the ball went off the rim and went straight to Castle. Get the F out of here.
Sam Salinas said, Mike saying even he would have dunked on Harper.
If I was 6'6" and that play was on my direction, you would have too, Joe. I mean, it was
sneaky athletic.
Someone told me that over the weekend, Joe. They're like, yeah, I can see how sneaky athletic you are. It was so cool, dude.
You got a haircut?
Oh my God, yes. Got a haircut?
You don't got that little Razor Ramon thing going for you no more?
No, dude. Okay, so there's this one dude over here, this one barbershop that I go to.
How's the back?
Perfect. It is back to.
Oh, you look human now.
I'm Papi Chulo all over again, Joe. All over again. Chica and I stayed at the Element Hotel over the weekend.
Nice.
And that's our third time staying there. Love that place. It's not fancy. We had stayed at Valencia before, but Valencia's so fancy, and I don't like that, dude. It's just a nice, clean hotel, the Element, which is right next to the San Fernando Cathedral. And Joe, I think I sent you a photo on our media share. Show people how to do the media share, Joe.
Yeah, I went ahead and showed that earlier. I'll show them again.
Chica took a photo of me last night. Chica took a photo of me last night, and I'm sending it to you right now. It's a better angle, Joe, proving to you that it's not a purse, that I do not have a purse. Show the photo, Joe. This was me in the front of my house.
You holding it like a purse, bro. Like,
Let me see, Joe. Let me see. Let's show the people.
you ain't helping your cause any, bro.
Yeah, that is not a purse. That is not a
You're
purse.
holding it like a purse, dude. Like you didn't even have it over the other shoulder, like
Joe, my work call is in. Give me about 5 minutes.
All right. I'll go ahead and kick you out for now. That's a purse, man. That's a large purse. That's what I'm saying. It's a luxury duffel bag. Survey says it's a purse. It is a purse. He's holding it like a purse, man. Why don't you just get like a travel bag? Like one of those bags that has a little handle and stuff when you're getting on the plane. I got one. It's kind of like a duffel bag, but it's not like that. It just has a little handle and wheels, and you just fill her up, go ahead and check it in, and they put it on the plane for you. Done. If I'm going to travel, I usually carry a backpack. That's it. It's one of those IKEA bags. It's a purse. What do you carry clothes in on a trip, Joe? Either a backpack or I have my duffel bag, but it's not with the hand like a strap like that. I mean, it just has a handle, and has a little freaking wheels on it. You just, like I said, you just check her in and they put it on the plane. There you go. That's usually what I'll use. Like I said, either that or I use the backpack travel light, man. I'm not gone for like a week at a time, maybe a couple days. Get duffel bag, es una purse. Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. The brother's even holding it like a purse. We're going to go ahead and leave this up to the viewers, man. We got to start a poll here on YouTube. And that way everybody can go ahead and vote on this. This is going to be fun. And that way we'll show Mike the results when he gets back here. Let me go ahead and start this up for everybody. It is a purse. I agree with you guys. So let's go ahead and start this up. Let me get this going for you all. Start a poll. Yes, no. I'm starting it right now for y'all. Does Mike have a duffel bag or a purse? And survey says all right, we started that, man. There you go. We'll let that roll there for a bit, and then you all can vote on it. See, everybody's already jumping on it. Some people are saying, what is he saying? Mario Cabal says, Joe and Matt Lerman's voice. He goes, oh, wait, you need to pay for that. That is not a purse. That is a duffel bag. I think that's one of Mike's sisters in here sticking up for him. Funny how only the ladies say it's not a purse. Does yes mean duffel bag or purse? Yes or no? Yes means Yes does not mean a duffel bag. Yes means purse. No means duffel bag. It has a long handle so you can cross it over your body to distribute the weight. Of course, it's content. So you want to mess up your back. You don't want to mess up your back. Yeah, I mean, that's why you kind of sling it across your chest, If it's a duffel bag, that's how you wear it. You don't wear it like a purse. It's a duffel purse. You know what? We could have put that as one of the choices. It says Mike was with Chica and her friend with his purse hopscotch. Oh, let's see what y'all are sending here in the media share. God. Oh, this is in response to Mike's haircut that he got. He doesn't look like Bert no more. Bert and Ernie. Well, they kind of fixed it because the hairline was way up there. So they kind of fixed it in the back now. Maybe they got it we got the hair in a can. They sprayed the backside, get it done, make it look nice. Okay, look at this. It says the Drew Show. The purse carrying saying he saw some secrete video that shows that this. It goes, it shows this, that, and the other about the castle dunk on Harper. The video everybody saw shows no rebound, only Harper getting worked. Yep. Nonetheless, man, I just thought it was something that Spurs fans would pay attention to, especially with the news breaking that, your number 2 overall pick in the draft and Harper was injured. Hopefully that he'll be okay before the season starts, and Spurs fans will be able to go ahead and see him for a full season there and do his thing. And maybe we'd have more than one San Antonio Spur in the All-Star game. I know that we had Stephon Castle last year. He was in the dunk contest. Maybe we'll have Dylan Harper making the trek over there as well. Hopefully, again, they vote in Wemby, or they have Wemby join the festivities over there as well. That way we have some San Antonio Spurs representation in the upcoming NBA All-Star game when the NBA All-Star game when the basketball gets kicked off again. But I was going to talk about this too, because we saw this happen over the weekend, and you had 2 factions here. You had the San Antonio Spurs, who had that kickoff event, and they were going ahead and showing their support, of course, for Project Marvel, kind of spending that off to the fan base, to the citizens here of San Antonio, showcasing, hey, vote pro, Project Marvel. And then you had Gina Ortiz-Jones and her constituents out there also having an event as well to go ahead and show their discontent on why they shouldn't vote for Project Marvel. So this is going to be a highly contested debate here, going back and forth all the way up until the vote comes through over in November. I know that Jeff Garcia was sharing this, so I'll go ahead and put this up there so y'all can see what was going on during this event that the Spurs were hosting. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Are going to lay out.
We're not likely to get the full independent economic analysis that we need before November. I think it is still possible for the questions that are outstanding. Some of those
Gina Ortiz-Jones talking.
Mr. Sanders, who you just had on here. And I think those answers will be important as voters head to the polls November 4th.
Yeah. Were you keeping a track of the rallies that were happening this weekend? The Spurs held a big one promoting their campaign, and then as well as Metro Cops also.
Cops Metro
also talking about their thoughts about the whole project.
Well, look, I think it's important. I think there needs to be a public dialogue on $800 million. Again, I continue to say, if you're a city voter, you pay twice, right? You pay $311 with the county, and you pay $489 with the city. So I've been very clear. I will continue to advocate that if you pay twice, you should vote twice.
See, Gina, it makes no damn sense, man. That's what we're talking about. Just spinning the narrative because she doesn't want Project Marvel to go through. And again, she's just looking for any type of segue that she can find to go ahead and make sure that this deal doesn't get pushed through. Show the video of the Bills Mafia singing Mr. Brightside. You know what? That's a good idea, because I do have that. I was looking while Mike was talking, and I went ahead and retweeted that so I could show you guys. Let me go ahead and look for the video. I just had it. Here it is. This is what you were talking about, Mario. Good call there. I'll go ahead and show you this. This was the Bills Mafia singing Mr. Brightside after the Bills bested. But nobody's talking. They really didn't talk about, even though the Bills had won, this is them winning, and this is the last time that they're going to be in this particular stadium. This is the last hurrah for this stadium. After this, they're going to be playing in a new stadium. But nonetheless, they're still able to pull off a comeback win against the Ravens in front of the hometown crowd there. And yeah, I mean, people have certain opinions about the song. Look at this. No, show the video of Jackson's altercation with the fan. I saw that too. Yeah. The Killers will be at ACL this year. That song sucks, the Drew Show says. City can't vote county. That's what Matt Gomez is saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And Jesse Ace talking about, when I was talking about Gina Ortiz Jones, he's saying she doesn't want it pushed through, but will attend concerts at the Alamo Dome. Yeah. And you know what? Every time they go to a concert at the Alamo Dome, or they go to, let's say, when they had the Final Four here, what was the big spin? Oh, they were paying using taxpayer money to go to these events, right? Whatever, man. It is what it is on that end. And let's see what else is going on, because I know Jeff Garcia was retweeting some things right now. Let me see what's popping off with him. And I also had some things that I retweeted as well. We also got a good fight coming over on the weekend, too, that we'll talk about when Mike gets back here. We got Canelo Crawford going to be happening here on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix subscription, you can go ahead and see it there. And we did have this on First Take, and this was Cam Newton talking about the Ravens and the Bills game. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys as well.
Bills comeback or a Ravens collapse?
Ravens collapse. I mean, there's things that cannot happen. Derrick Henry knows that fumble cannot happen. Another thing, too, hey, Stephen A., where was the Ravens defense? When I'm looking at the stat line, 251 passing yards in the fourth quarter alone. Josh Allen had over 400 yards by himself of offense alone. Jair Alexander, hey, bro, where you at, doggy? Yo, there were so many people to call out, and I'm not trying to deflect, but I think the Baltimore Ravens showed the world what they're capable of. They did every single thing but win the football game.
Was this a Bills?
You see, and that was what I was trying to tell Mike. It's what happened, man. What happened to that Ravens defense when you go ahead and let the Bills quarterback and Josh Allen go off, for like 200 some odd yards in the fourth quarter, and then they wind up winning the game. So they can say two things happened. Was it a Ravens collapse? Was it a little bit of luck on the Bills side? I think it was a mixture of everything. But at the end of the day, the Ravens defense didn't show up, and they let Josh Allen go off. When you're giving an opportunity to the opposing team's quarterback and they capitalize on it, whose fault is that? Maybe execute better out there on the field. That's what happened with the Ravens. They just didn't execute the way that they should have, and they gave opportunity to the Bills. The Bills capitalized on that, and they won the game. We're talking about Gina Ortiz Jones again. She keeps saying residents have to pay over $800 million. It increases every time she talks. Now we don't. Now we don't unless we rent a car or hotel. An additional 0.25%. She's a liar. Oh, she's spinning her narrative, man. And the people are the ones that voted for her. Noche UFC is happening at the Frost too. I saw that, man. But the only thing is, the Noche tickets, man, they're quite expensive, dude. I was looking online just to go ahead and price some tickets out. It's like, oh, maybe if I want to go and check it out. Man, even nosebleed tickets are quite pricey, man. They're like in the $300 range to sit way up there in the rafters. If you want to sit lower level, you're going to probably be paying closer to $500. I mean, I think ticket prices will increase the closer that it gets to the event. And then on the day of the event, maybe you can go ahead and fare better and get some better ticket deals there, because again, they're going to want to go ahead and sell those tickets. But nonetheless, man, that's still a lot to pay for a UFC event. I'd rather just stay at home or go watch it in a sports bar somewhere and save that money. I mean, I like UFC, but I'm not going to say I'm that much of a fan that it's going to make that big of a difference where I have to absolutely go and pay that money to go see said event. I really could care less if I see it or not, Oh, and we got some more stuff coming in from the media share. Let's go ahead and share some of this. Let me get Mike back in. What's up, Mike?
What's up, fellas? Thank you so much for being patient with me on that.
We had some stuff here coming up from some of the from some of the listeners, man. They're killing me with their stuff, dude, today. I'm gonna show some things that we got. I think I didn't show one. And we started a poll to say if you had a purse or not. Oh, this is the one. This one's funny. Look at this one. They fixed your Bert and Ernie. Colored in it. Oh, that was a good one, man.
Oh my goodness.
We started that poll, man, and then they sent us something about Arch Manning. Let's see if I can find it now. And now I'm missing it. But they showed it to us, and I thought that was pretty cool too. There was a little video that somebody had sent us about Arch Manning. I'll find it later on, and we'll put it up here.
Yeah, I just sent you a photo from this weekend partying in Southtown. Chica, it was not only me and Chica, but my daughter Gabby was out there. Chica's assistant was out there. So I don't know if you know this, but she's a dental hygienist. She has a hygienist assistant. So Chica's friend was out there. But I posted on there a photo because we had a sighting, Joe.
Yeah?
We had a sighting.
Oh, God.
Can you believe it?
El Jefe.
I was so drunk. Jeff still refusing to take photos with me, man.
What's up with we all know what he looks like, man. It's like he come out on video all the time, Jeff. Except for our show, but he comes out on video all the time. We know what he looks like, man. Just take the photo.
Man, I was like 5 vodka tonics in, man.
Oh, that's good. At least you made the trek out there to Southtown where you could go ahead and hang out with them. Yeah, of course, because you were downtown.
Well, we went to several of the bars downtown. We went to Be Kind Rewind. Why don't you like that place, Joe?
That place is just for the kids, man. That's all the young kids going out there, dude. It's just full of young people, man. It's like you feel weird going there, dude.
What?
It's small. It's a small place, dude.
It is small, dude. It is small.
I mean, I think it would be better. I think I would enjoy it if it was not as tiny as it is. You know?
Yeah, I sent you one last photo from Beacon Rewind. I like that place, dude. It plays our music from back in the day. You know, it's a bunch of 80s and 90s techno music and R&B and rap music from back in the day. But everyone there is like in their 20s, though, man. It's a little bit weird. A little bit weird.
All right, let's see. You send another video or another image. Let's see what this one is. Oh, okay, that one's Chica. We'll show it. There you go. What did Chica think of the Be Kind Rewind?
Oh, it was our second or third time there, dude. She loves it there, dude. She likes it that she likes the music. The drinks kind of suck there. The drinks are expensive there for whatever reason. But it's not bad. It's not a bad place to go hang out. It really isn't. I wouldn't go there to start the night, but I'd go there like stop 2 of 3.
Bar hopping. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
you make it to the Esquire?
Nah, not this time, man.
No?
Nah, not this time. But Joe, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 is posting things about Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones.
I know. I saw. I shared the video, and look at bro. Again, like, what is she
wearing, Joe?
That's Burlington clearance rack, brother. Come on.
So Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 posted 23 minutes ago on Twitter that Mayor says that she'll seek an independent study on Project Marvel. Says, "I told you so." Regarding Spurs money commitment and not being guaranteed in term sheet, Prop B Arena does not include $311 million language. Would like San Antonio's Spurs to give City a cut of the money from the arena. Again, she is the queen of misinformation.
Did you hear what she said in this video, right? She says that the taxpayers are going to actually have to pay twice, both for the city and the county.
She's just she's just talking out of her ass, Joe. I mean,
And it
I don't know what to
seems
say. I don't know what else to say. That somebody needs to go up to her in city council and just say, "Chick, why are you lying? Why are you lying?"
the funny thing is that every time she talks to the media, the price increases, right? It keeps on going up and up and up. And all this in lieu of the people of the city going to the polls and wanting to vote with all the information they can present it to them. If
She
you're
has she has no desire for this to go through.
she
None.
doesn't she's giving them misinformation is what she's running a misinformation campaign against Project Marvel. She's not being honest or truthful with the information presented, and it's going to sway the voters to vote a certain way. I don't think that Project Marvel isn't going to go through. I think it will. But I think a lot of the people that are going to vote for this don't understand the economic impact or the impact that Project Marvel will have on the city's future moving forward. I
Right.
don't think they fully understand or they fully grasp the concept because all the talk is it's a new Spurs arena. It's a new Spurs arena. They're not talking to you about the other things that go along with it. You know?
Yeah, and here's the thing. I had a conversation about this with a friend the other day. The Spurs have been in San Antonio for how long, Joe? 50 years, right? 52 years. We had a celebration at the Alamo Dome, right? They're going to be at the Frost Bank Center until 2032. By then, they would have been in the city for 60 years.
And how old is the arena is going to be at that time?
Well, no. I'm asking the question here. How
Yeah.
many arenas would the Spurs have had built for them in that 60-year span?
Hemisphere?
No, wasn't built for them.
No, but I'm saying this is what they've had, right? They've had Hemisphere that
But
they
was it
played
built,
in.
but
Okay?
was it built for them?
No, it wasn't built for
Hemisphere
them.
was there 5 years before the Spurs
They
were.
signed. Yeah, so they had Hemisphere they played in, right? And then the other one that was not built for them, but they played in was the Alamo Dome,
Not
right?
built for them. And
Not
and, and
built for
all,
them.
all this revisionist history from these people coming out and saying, well, it was built for them, right? No, it wasn't. Because an NBA does
Only
not
the
want
Frost Center.
the NBA does not want the games to be played in a basketball stadium. They did away with it a long time ago. So the Hemisphere Arena, think about that. The Hemisphere Arena, the Spurs were in San Antonio for 31 years before they got their first arena. That is facts. And for them to ask for their second one in 61 years, it's not a bad thing, Joe.
Look, man, and people are saying, well, why can't they just stay there? These are the same people that don't go to games, that complain about ticket prices. I doubt if
Right.
they've even gone to a concert there at the Frost Center.
No,
And that's
man.
a problem, man. They don't go because they say it's too expensive.
Well, then
But yet
F
they're
them,
gonna
dude.
but this
If
is the
it's too
problem.
expensive, then don't go. Do you know what's too expensive, Joe? Lots of things. I would love to go have dinner at lunch at Hotel Emma right
Yeah,
now,
but the
right?
same people that say that, Mike, are gonna drop the $250 bar tab on a night of drinking.
Joe, I don't buy that, Joe. All the rallies that you have over there that the mayor has, bunch of old ass people out there.
Yeah, and what do the old people say? The same thing that I just said. That they
Old
say,
and broke.
I don't go to the
Old and
games because it's
broke.
too expensive. The priest that they had out there that said, I don't go to games because it's too expensive. No mames way. We've seen ticket prices go as low as $10 for games. And you're going to tell me you can't go to a game.
Yeah, Drew Show with the super chat for $10.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
We do appreciate the support. The official bank of the Area 210 podcast, the Drew Show, saying with low voter turnout, all she has to do is gaslight a small group to vote no. She wins. Nobody fact checks her on these shows. She's allowed to do what she does. You're going to lose the Spurs. So here's the thing. To galvanize the support of Project Marvel, of the new arena, the Spurs need to spend their time at the arena when they've got 17,000 people in the butts in the seats and say, vote for this. They need to use it as a platform. And Joe, we need to have the Shut Up Gina shirts. And I know what font I want, Joe. I know what font I want, because I think that when I've told you about this, because remember we had that concert there in San Antonio that we went to a while back, the one that was the Color Me Bad concert.
Oh, yeah.
I want the Color Me Bad font, Joe.
Color Me Bad font.
Just a big shirt. But Joe, I mean, I think that there are so many people. What I don't realize, Joe, is that there are a lot of people who just don't care about the Spurs. They just don't care about the Spurs for one reason or another, and they think it's no big deal that that if the Spurs were to leave, as though the Spurs don't do everything that is possible for the community or for charity or to unite the city. Without the Spurs, San Antonio is just Big Laredo. That's all we are. And for people to be flippant about it, for people to be like, well, they're billionaires, they should front their own. Only one arena in the NBA was built by the owner only, and that's the Clippers, and he's in trouble, right? If they're going to build their own billion-dollar stadium, why the fuck would they want to build it in San Antonio? I'm sorry for cursing. Dollar. That'll be my only curse word for the week. Why wouldn't they do that in Nashville? Why wouldn't they do that in Las Vegas? Why wouldn't they want to do that in a city that is bigger and brighter than San Antonio when it comes to nightlife? The fact that they're willing to pay $1 billion towards a downtown area and you're going to piss all over it, Gene Northeast Jones, shows that you're an effing moron. It also shows that you have no desire to ever support any of this because your whole intent in doing what you know what you're doing is you're just trying to kill it. You're just trying to kill it. You're an effing hater. You're not from here. You're not from San Antonio. I might be in Conroe right now, but you know what? I've lived 44 of my 48 years in San Antonio. 44 of my 48. Gino Ortiz Jones has lived more than half her life outside of San Antonio. Might be a J high school graduate, but F her, she's not from here. She's not one of us, Joe.
No.
And she's not a Spurs fan. And if you're not a Spurs fan, you're not a San Antonian. I'm sorry, you're just not. Fuck, man. That chick pisses me off.
You get high blood pressure, man.
Could the city have voted for a dumber person for mayor?
Only 10% of the turnout
she dresses
came,
like
man.
she's walking out of Ross, dude.
You know who gives her the most airtime,
Another one with Ross, by the way. I have a few outfits from Ross, right? But what I'm saying is you're the mayor of San Antonio. You're representative of San Antonio, and you dress like trash.
Yeah. You know who's giving her airtime, dude? She gets airtime from both KSAT, which they love her on there, man. They keep bringing her back like every week. And the same thing goes for News 4. Those two channels, man, they love them some Gina Ortiz Jones. They just keep having her on there. And she just keeps on lying and lying and lying and making up more fabrications. And it's going across the airwaves. And you know what? It's singing to the old heads, dude. All the old people that like that one lady that somebody's Thea that was out there wilding, you know, and they said
we're all about breakfast tacos.
They come for the tequila. They don't come for the Spurs. You know, I'm like, what are you talking about? Some of the biggest, let's say, things that we've had happen in this city, it's happened because of the San Antonio Spurs. Mm-hmm. You know, when the Spurs were winning championships, when the Spurs were relevant, they were in the playoffs, who was calling? ESPN, TNT. That's big exposure for San Antonio, showcasing the Riverwalk, having those talking heads out there talking about the city. You know, Charles Barkley talking about the women or whatever, but he was still out there, you know, eating food, going to restaurants, talking about the fans and whatnot. It's all exposure for the city, showcasing what San Antonio has to offer and the beauty of it, you know, and that is what it sells tickets to have people come out here and either take in the Spurs or they're, you know what, that place looks kind of nice. Maybe I want to go there for vacation and check out the Riverwalk. Right. You know, it's a tourism thing, man. And that's what you want to sell. And they're saying they only come for the tequila. That's misinformation.
Joe, this is the shirt I want to have. I mentioned this because I saw this at the concert the other day. Just a font like that.
Shut up, Gina.
Something colorful, fit like fast break, like the fast break and Fiesta colors. Just shut up, Gina. Joe, can we make this happen, Joe?
We can.
I want to go to the Alamo Dome for a UTSA football game and get that done. Now, meantime, UTSA, by the way, losing to Texas State over the weekend. Joe, it was uninspired football by UTSA Roadrunners. It was uninspiring.
Oh, Mike. You know what? My daughter went to that game. She's, you know, was sitting in the student section, and she was telling me she got ready for the game and everything. She went to the game. She enjoyed herself. even though the team didn't win. And they gave a lot of T-shirts away to all the students in the student section. It was popping, man. They had
Right.
all the free T-shirts on the back of the seats there for all the students. And it was a tale of two halves, really. And look at, man, at the end of the day, what did we say, Mike? It was going to be competitive for the first half. Then in the second half, what did we say? Texas State has deeper pockets, man.
Texas A has a better coach.
Here's the thing, dude. Traylor is a good coach. Texas State has a good coach. At the end of the day, I think the discrepancy there isn't so much the coaching. It's the execution on the field and the level of talent that you have.
I wildly
I mean,
disagree, Joe.
I'm going to tell you one thing, man. Look at quarterbacks. That Texas State quarterback, that kid can run, man. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah, Jackson had 2 touchdowns for on the ground for Texas State. UTSA, Robert Henry Jr. With another big game, 159 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Owen McCown threw for 219 and 2 scores. GJ Kinney is a wizard. And I look at my old radio show. I used to have GJ Kinney on every week. And I'm going to look back at this 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now when that dude's coaching the NFL, when that dude's coaching at a big-time SEC school, and go, man, that dude used to be on my show every week. Talk about UIW football. GJ Kinney is from the Jeff Traylor family tree and is close friends to the Traylors. I'm not disrespecting Traylor. I am not disrespecting Traylor. Traylor is a top 20 coach in all of college football. He's very, very good. But GJ Kinney is a phenom that is going places and is going to be, and there are talks right now, Joe, that he might be in the running for the Florida gig. University of Florida, SEC ball. GJ Kinney is legit. And the way that he schemes against UTSA, the way that he schemes against other teams defensively, and you know he's going to put up 40 points because GJ Kinney teams, that's what they do. They put up points. They score 40 every game. You want to beat them?
They can't play defense, though.
Well, Joe, they play defense when it counts. What did we say, Joe? First team to 40 wins, right?
40, yeah.
First team to 40 wins. What was the score? First team to 40 wins. I literally said that before the game on this podcast. First team to 40 wins.
It came down to execution too, and unfortunately for UTSA, they just didn't execute, in big plays when they had opportunity. They squandered it. How many 4th down conversions that they have? How many 3rd down conversions that they have? They didn't fare very well in that game against Texas State. They didn't have a lot of 3rd down conversions, and I think that hurt them. It was just, one of those things. I mean, you look at UTSA and they had opportunities. They didn't capitalize on the opportunities that were given.
Mm-hmm.
Comes down to execution. X's and O's, Mike. And you know what? At the end of the day, Texas State was the better team. You can't tell me they weren't.
Texas State doesn't have the deeper pockets than UTSA all the way around. Texas State, let me ask you this question, Joe. UTSA, the last 5-10 years or so, has been laughing at Texas State by saying, we're better than you. We have a better conference. We haven't been around that long, yada, yada, yada. And Texas State's football program was in the dumps until GJ Kinney got there. Now they're winning, Joe. Now they're making bowl games. And now they're going to the Pac-12. It is, and I know the Pac-12 is not the way that it used to be because you had all the big teams leave. You had the USCs and UCLAs and all them leave, right, for the Big 12 or Big 10, rather, and other conferences. But the new emerging Pac-12 is coming out. And Texas State's part of that. And the UTSA is part of an American athletic conference that has lost its big names. It lost Houston. It lost Cincinnati. It lost certain good programs out there. Is it possible, Joe, that UTSA is now below Texas State in stature when it comes to college football?
I think what we're seeing is just, Texas State being able to go ahead and execute better than UTSA. UTSA unfortunately, like I said, they just can't seem to get past Texas State. And what it comes down to is that execution. And I'm sure Traylor had this team ready to play, but he can't make them go out there and execute these plays to perfection. He can't make these players not drop these pass balls. They dropped a lot of balls when they came to their execution. They had opportunities. They were throwing the ball. They just dropped it.
40
and at the end of the day, that's not going to get you into the end zone.
45,778 fans at the Alamo Dome, the third
They
largest.
wanted to sell it out.
Mm-hmm. If you go on my Twitter account, JJ Perez posted a clip of Coach Jeff Traylor talking about the UTSA Roaders dropping to 0-2. Let's hear what he has to say about what happened there. And he also talked a little bit about G.J. Kinney and his thoughts about G.J. Kinney doing so well with Texas State.
And where does the overall morale of your group stand right now, sitting at 0-2 to start the year?
Yeah, they're pretty low. I mean, that's a pretty tough locker room right now. We all are. We worked really hard for this, and we didn't get it done, especially at home. This is a tough one.
Jeff, GJ next door said he knows what it feels like to be in your shoes after a game like this. Just what were the emotions after the embrace with you and him on the field?
He's just so happy, and he tried to temper it. He tried to be a good sport about it, but it's a huge win for him. We've been the third best team in the country at home. We've been 29-3, and now we're not. What they did today was pretty impressive. To come in here, and everybody did their job except for me, right? The crowd was here, the city was here. Our people that sell tickets did a great job, marketing did a great job, administration did a great job. Everybody did their job, but the person that was supposed to win a football game. And that's the part that hurts the most is, I see how far we've come in our 6 years here together. And, this is one of those ones where, the head football coach didn't do his job.
So Jeff Traylor taking the blame for UTSA losing 43-36 to Texas State at the Alamo Dome. G.J. Kinney was interviewed after the game, very respectful of UTSA. They were trying to get him to celebrate, if you will. Like, hey man, great game. What are your thoughts? And he came out and showed a lot of respect towards Jeff Traylor and the UTSA program because again, he is a disciple of Jeff Traylor. He's part of the family tree and is actually good friends with his family. And because of that, he didn't go off and dance on someone's grave, right? But UTSA has to win this weekend against Incarnate Word. Has to.
You talk about a must win early on in the season. You got to have that game.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. You just got to go out there and get that game.
And what do they learn from all this, Joe? I mean, they played better against A&M than they did against Texas State. It's like they weren't ready.
It wasn't that they weren't ready. I mean, Traylor had them ready. The problem again, it comes down to execution. There was a lot of drop passes. You can't make mistakes like that. You got to clean that up. Right now, what happened with UTSA in front of the hometown crowd, UTSA beat themselves. Had they caught some of those passes, maybe the outcome is different. You give yourself an opportunity to win a close game where a field goal, that's the problem, is that you need to give yourself those opportunities. And right now, UTSA isn't doing themselves any favors by not executing.
Dude, there was no time during that game that I thought UTSA was going to win. And it wasn't because we predicted the Texas State would win that game. Just looking at the game, they seemed disinterested on the defense side of the ball. Joe,
I don't think they seemed disinterested.
Joe, they weren't ready, Joe. That was a bad performance out there from the defense.
I'm not putting that on Traylor, man. Traylor had these kids ready to go, man. The kids just didn't execute.
They weren't, Joe. It was beyond execution. There was lack of hunger there. It didn't seem like the UTSA players were as amped up as the Texas State players were. Texas State came to win that game. UTSA went into that building hoping not to lose.
Maybe you could say that they didn't match energy. I could go with that.
That's exactly what it was. They didn't match energy at all, and part of match energy is preparation, Joe. I don't think UTSA thought they were going to win that game.
No,
I
didn't play to lose, Mike.
No, I honestly think UTSA thought that they weren't going to win. Like they acted like the swagger wasn't there. McCown is just a dude, man. The quarterback for UTSA, just a dude. It's just a dude. Our good friend Darian Starling was talking about how upset he was at the play calling. He was saying that it's vanilla play calling.
Too conservative?
They were too conservative out there with what they were doing. You talk about execution all day long, but if you're not surprising anybody, then what the hell are you doing out there?
But ask yourself a question.
The
Why does
coaching
Traylor have to do that?
The coaching wasn't there, Joe.
Why does Traylor have to do that?
Why does Traylor get away with it, Joe? Why is it that
why is he getting away with it?
Why is it that I bring up? Because they lost 49-10 to this team last year, Joe. 49-10.
But I'm saying that the play calling is too vanilla.
When does Traylor get put on the hot seat a little bit? Or is Jeff Traylor?
He's already on the hot seat. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
But I'm saying, why does he go ahead and he's conservative with his play calling? And you got to ask yourself one or two things. Why is that?
He's probably no confidence in the quarterback. Why else would you not be?
Is it no confidence in the quarterback or the players?
It starts with the quarterback, Joe.
There's a reason why coaches do certain things.
Have we given some love to our friends over at P.F. Chang's?
Not yet, but we will.
Let's give some love. P.F. Chang's La Cantera, baby.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Thank you to Sean Quintero for being one of the big wigs over there at P.F. Chang's La Cantera for helping sponsor our show. Again, they power our chat. Jonathan C. reaches out to us on our YouTube stream, our chat line powered by P.F. Chang, saying, to think Taylor's on the hot seat is crazy. I'm not saying the hot seat as though he should be fired. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's nobody in the local media who goes, hey, Traylor, what the fuck, man?
Dumb.
Instead of it being like, dude, okay. Local Spurs media kiss the Spurs ass. Local Spurs media starting to kiss Traylor's ass. And at some point, ask a hard question. Ask a hard question. It's not that difficult. Ask a hard question.
What would you ask him, Mike?
Why weren't the players ready? Why do they look uninspired? Why do they look not ready for this game? Why was it vanilla play calling? Instead, it's a bunch of, so what did you think about today's game? Open-ended questions, right? As opposed to a pointed question. Do you think the play calling was too conservative today? Why are we not opening up the offense? Or we just don't have faith in McCown's arm? Those are the questions that should be asked. It shouldn't be like, Coach, tough game today, man. 43-36. What are your thoughts on today's game? That is not a question. That is lazy journalism. Hit them with a hard question. Maybe you'll get a real answer.
Look
Super
at this.
chat coming in.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Says, LOL, know your history. The founder of Pace, a billionaire, is an alum of Texas State. UTSA has a bunch of poor. It's in the NIL area. UTSA outclassed. I don't doubt that they would have more NIL money. But the thing is that San Antonio is a better destination than San Marcos when it comes to playing college sports. They have no tradition at Texas State when it comes to football. Dude, it's a joke of a program. But G.J. Kenny is turning that thing around, man. He's doing so good. And it's not always about the alums. I mean, dude, the founder of Kind is the founder of Kind Bars is over it's a Trinity grad. That means nothing unless they're giving money away. It's not the same money that Arkansas gets, right, Joe? Arkansas basketball getting that Tyson Foods money, getting that Walmart money. That's money. Talk about pace. Pace. When's the last time you had pace?
Pace Picante. Come on, Mike. You
We're
don't have
talking,
to.
we're talking about Pace Picante. Is that the Pace or is it like a cement company that I don't know of? Right?
No, man. He's probably talking about the Picante. Hey, I was going to show you this video that we had here too. Look at that, Frank. Y'all are still 2-5. Relax. Look at this. We showed this video, man. They had this video circulating on the X. Adam Sandler. He's working out, or not working out, but just like, throwing the ball around with the Miami Heat, man. Look at the way he's dressed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's one of those guys that'll just show up at the Y or racquetball and fitness, and you'll be like, you're forced to pick him, but then he's the ringer,
They're not D'ing him up, dude. Come on.
That's the definition of sneaky athletic, Mike.
Adam Sandler, whose birthday is tomorrow, turns 59 years old tomorrow. They're not D'ing him up, Joe. There's no sneaky athletic.
He's sneaky athletic. He'd take you to the hole, Mike.
Dude, not one person
one-on-one.
guarded him. Not one person guarded him, man. Come on.
I don't know if you'd be able to beat him, though, man. I don't know if that knee would hold up.
More practice than Wemby this whole offseason.
Hey, no lies detected, Tony Orlalis. No mamas. He can send a like I said, message. It was on Facebook Messenger. And he was saying, look, they showed a silhouette, right? It was a picture of a silhouette of Wemby.
Yeah.
In some boxing gloves. I'm like, video or it didn't happen. How hard is it to get video of you working out or doing something? At this point, it's just a troll. Look I'm working out. Look at me. I'm doing this. There's no video of it. I don't believe it. He's probably sitting down on the sofa playing video games, playing chess with somebody, doing commercials, anything but working out, dude. He's going to wait till September.
A hater, Joe.
He's going to wait till September rolls around.
You're such a hater.
Look at Wemby. He's out of shape. Hopefully he can get in game shape by October, and everybody else coming in there straight out the gym except for Wemby.
The haterade is deep, though. Hey, no one cared about Texas winning over the weekend against who they play? Sisters of the Poor. What was it?
No one cares.
AP Top 25 is out. Who they play last week? They played San Jose State, right? So Ohio State is number one still, getting 67 first place votes. Penn State at number 2. State at number 3 is LSU. Moving up 2 spots, Oregon is number 4. They leapfrogged over Miami, who stays at number 5. Georgia drops 2 spots to number 6. Texas, number 7. Number 8, Notre Dame. Guess who Notre Dame plays this weekend, Joe?
Who
Texas
they play?
A&M. A&M.
Are they going to have some time to redeem themselves after their L?
Well, man, what if the Aggies win that game, Joe? Go 3-0. They're going to be a top 10 team at that point, right?
How far are they going to fall?
Illinois is at number 9. Florida State at 10. You have South Carolina, Clemson, Oklahoma, Iowa State, Tennessee, A&M, Ole Miss, South Florida, Alabama, and Utah in the 11 through 20. And then 21 through 25, you have Texas Tech at 21. Then round out the top 25, Indiana, Michigan, Auburn, and Missouri. Some good games this weekend, Joe, that we need to get into because we talked about the Aggies taking on Notre Dame. I mean, that's a fun game to watch, Joe. I mean, that's the primetime game that I'm thinking this upcoming week. You have Clemson taking on Georgia Tech. Georgia, Tennessee, number 6 against number 16. in Tennessee. If you remember last year, Tennessee beat Bama, and then they took the goalposts and they carried it all the way to the Cumberland River and they threw the goalposts in. That was pretty cool. UTEP taking on Texas. Texas favored by 42 points. Come on, man. LSU hosting Florida in a SEC matchup. LSU favored by 9.5. Notre Dame favored by 6.5 over A&M. That's going to be 6:30 on NBC. In the NFL, Joe, Eagles and Chiefs. Initial thoughts on that one, Joe?
On which one?
Eagles and Chiefs.
Chiefs are wanting to win. I think at this point in time, I'm going to go with the Chiefs to best the Eagles.
They're playing in Kansas City, Joe. But here's the thing: Vegas has the Eagles favored by 1.5. That's a 3:30 game, 3:25 game on Sunday. Some of the games that we're talking about this week, the Jaguars and Bengals. One of those two teams is going to go 2-0, Joe. Giants and Eagles, both 0-1 coming together. You have the Bears at the Lions, Rams at Titans, Patriots at Dolphins. The Niners are going to go 2-0 because they play the Saints there at the Superdome. Bills and Jets, Seahawks, Steelers, Browns, Ravens. That's going to be an easy win for the Ravens. They're favored by 12.5. Jesus.
Browns have a good defense too, man.
They do. Colts taking on the Broncos. Colts might go 2-0, Joe. Cardinals, Panthers, Chiefs, Eagles, Vikings, Falcons. Monday night game. There's 2 Monday night games. It's going to be Tampa Bay at Houston, and the Chargers taking on the Raiders.
You know what? Look at this. They're saying that I'm biased. That just want the Eagles to lose. The reason that I say that the Chiefs will beat the Eagles struggled a little bit with the Dallas Cowboys, and supposedly Dallas isn't world beaters, right? They're not going to be a very team contenders, right? So if you're struggling, I know it was week 1. It was just, one game. But if you're still trying to find your footing and you're going to be going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in their own backyard, you got to give the edge to the Chiefs.
Better team is the Eagles, though, man.
I understand that, but it's hard to win in Arrowhead, man.
It is, but better team. Better team. The odds of the Chiefs going 0-2, I see what you're saying. It's going to be difficult for doing that. But I'm a little bit out of tune right now because I'm looking at Cam Newton. You see what Cam Newton's wearing today?
Oh, I saw. I shared an excerpt when you were gone of what he was talking about on ESPN.
Yeah.
He always dresses like that, bro, with the hat and everything.
Very nice.
That's a hell of a hat, though, man. Only he can pull off that look, though.
Can he pull it off?
He's pulling it off.
Looks like he came back from like the 1800s, man. I mean, what's going on here? You ever reminds me of
video? There it is.
He reminds me of Smokestack or whatever from what was it called? The Sinners or whatever it's called. That's what he reminds me of, Joe.
Oh God!
I'm getting a message right now by Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Kent's 5 because
what's he saying?
I'm taping Los, and again, I think we might be going off on Gina Ortiz-Jones, or at least I will. I'm gonna try not to cuss.
Jeff's gonna ask the hard questions against Gina.
I don't know. We shall see. Well, no, I'm gonna be on Locked On Spurs talking about Gina Ortiz-Jones. So
okay,
we shall see.
I say you better be nice though. You can't be getting Jeff canceled over here, Mike.
Well, Joe, I have to take off, man. I got to get back to work, man. But it's been a fun show. We'll be back tomorrow talking more sports and pop. We'll do more pop culture tomorrow. We got to talk about a particular rock star from the 90s who looks like he's 20 years old still. What the hell's going on with that?
Speaking of which, did you take in any of the VMAs yesterday?
No. Who won?
Oh, I don't know, dude. Kids were watching it. Bunch of people I don't recognize because I'm old as shit already, dude. I was like, don't really care, but it was on. And it's like either watch that or watch the football game. I'm glad I watched the football game.
All right, so here are the winners of the VMA. Artist of the Year was Lady Gaga. I guess the Michael Jackson Award. I guess it's like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Vanguard
went to Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The best K-pop song was with Ray and Doja Cat and Lisa. Who the hell that is? Yeah, I'm officially old, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know half of the people there that are on stage.
Best rock
except for
video
a
was
handful.
Coldplay. Ugh.
Well, probably because they caught those people in 4K. But man, we're old, bro. I don't know half of those people that they're interviewing.
Yeah.
It's like, who is this 20 something or 19-year-old or whatever? Like, kids will watch it. I'm just like, don't really care for it anymore.
Song of the
Already
year was
past that age.
Song of the year was APT by Rose and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Best new artist was Alex Warren. Best pop artist was Sabrina Carpenter. I mean,
Yeah,
best
these are
collaboration, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
yeah,
Ariana
these
Grande
are
won best pop song.
these are bands that my nieces listen to. That's the only reason how I know who some of these people are.
Best R&B performance went to Mariah Carey. I listened to her new album. It's trash. And I love Mariah Carey.
Already a critic of Mariah Carey. Come on.
Oh, I love
Mike.
Mariah Carey, but Chica's a big fan of Mariah Carey. Goes to all her concerts whenever like she goes to like New York or Vegas, whatever. Chica goes and doesn't sit with the peasants. By the way, Joe, started hanging out with one of our listeners, a young guy. He goes, I asked him, like, hey man, where are you sitting? I'm on section 107. Where are you sitting? He goes, I'm in 240. I'm just with the peasants.
You know what's funny? Chica likes it when I say that. She has a little smirk on her face.
She does.
I don't sit with the peasants, and she just smiles.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Well, I gotta let you go, Joe. Gotta get back to the office, man. But we'll be back tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out. Peace.
See ya.